Okay, let's try this again. I don't know what was up with my internet. For some reason it wasn't working. I had to, it was working on my phone and everything else, but for some reason my laptop, it wasn't working, so I had to reset everything. So now I'm just trying to pull this up on the laptop so I can see everyone's comments and so I can see exactly how everything looks. I don't even know if I'm really in frame. I turned the fan on because it is just way too hot in here without it. Let me delete. 1 second. And just while I'm doing this, it gives people time to come into the chat and to talk and everything. So I'm just deleting that stream that I did before. Okay. Now. Yeah, let me know how the audio sounds. If it really is horrible, I'll turn the fan off. But like I said, it's really hot in this room without it, especially because I have super bright lights on my fan, and I didn't even bring my studio lights in here. Yeah, it gets too bright without that. Okay, so now I can see what's going on. All right. So, basically, this is just going to be an Arcade1Up or whatever else you guys want to talk about discussion. So go ahead and leave some comments in the chat if you have any questions about anything Arcade1Up related or anything related to what you see behind me. I have part of my video game collection behind me. You can see some of my Power Rangers collection and then just some other various stuff all throughout here. So anything you guys want to know about, anything you guys want to talk about, let's talk, let's engage, and I'm here waiting until you guys say something. So it looks like we got 8 people in here right now, so anybody have any Arcade1Up questions or topics they want to talk about? How's the audio sounding? Is the audio sounding good? That's my first time really live streaming anything before, so let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the audio's fine. Alright, cool. So I'm going to leave the fan on because otherwise it'll be way too hot in here. And you guys might see me die on camera, and that's not good. Okay. Yeah, this is my first time ever really live streaming anything either. I've always wanted to get into like live streaming gameplay, like Twitch and stuff like that, but I just never got around to it. It's too time consuming and too much technical stuff. But maybe one day I'll get into it. We'll see. Now that I have the Xbox One X, it might be a lot easier. So the Arcade1Up released today these bar-topped arcades. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but they're basically like your arcade machines with a big piece of plexiglass over it. It's a different scale. Let me see if I can find some images. I saw a video earlier today. Let's see. Arcade up bar top. See if anybody has any images anywhere. I don't even know where these images came from. This guy that I subscribed to, I guess I can just pull up his video. Was talking about it earlier today, and I was out pretty much all day today, so I didn't get caught up on any news. I took a little vacation day, so let's see. The guy's name, the name of the channel is called Cool Toy. He's been covering these. Let's see. All right, I have his video pulled up. Hopefully when I move the laptop, the camera doesn't fall over. Okay, good. So you can see right there, you got the screen on the top, and it's got like basically plexiglass or some type of protectant on it, so you can put like drinks on it and it won't mess it up. And then you can see the buttons and whatnot right there. And this one's actually interesting because it has two screens, because obviously for these you have to have one player sit on each side. So it has two screen. I don't know if it's two screens or just one screen that has a split and reverse image, but you can see you got the images flipped on each side, so that way each player can see what's going on. I've never been a huge fan of these bar top arcades, but I think it is pretty cool. And they did have an Asteroids one. Let me see if I can get the picture in the video somewhere. Here you go. So you can see you got the Street Fighter one right there. You have an Asteroids one. I believe that is a Rampage one next to it. I could be wrong. And then there's a Pac-Man one all the way at the end. It's very hard to see. I'll get it up close. I don't even know if this is showing on the camera or not, but so those are pretty cool. That was some big news, I guess. That was, I don't know if it was officially released. Now I'm back here in the chat. Let's see. TMNT for Arcade1Up would be amazing. That's the rumor that there's a possible Konami cabinet with TMNT, Simpsons, and X-Men, which would be awesome. House of Dead 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, I don't know if they'll be able to do the whole light gun technology. I mean, I'm sure they could, but it may be a little bit more expensive. Anyone know what the Best Buy exclusive is? I'm not entirely sure. And actually, I do have some news. I completely forgot. I mean, it's not really news, but on FYE, let's go over to FYE's website. Looks like the Arcade1Up website is down for some reason. Alright, so I'll just have to go directly to FYE then. I was going to click the link on Arcade1Up's website to make it easier. Yeah, for some reason I can't get over to Arcade1Up's website. Is anyone else able to get over to Arcade1Up? For some reason I can't. But I'll just search on FYE's website. They have new bundles. Just loading that up here. And it's weird because the bundle includes the arcade cabinet with the riser. You can see right here, you got the arcade cabinet with the riser included, and it says normal retail price is $459.98, and they're selling it for $379.99, which comes out cheaper to the price that they're selling those single cabinet by itself. But it would still be cheaper just to get the cabinets at Walmart or GameStop for $300 plus the riser, which should be $40. It'd be $340. It's still cheaper to get it from anywhere else other than FYE. But yeah, they did add to, almost dropped the laptop. They did add to their website these little bundle things, which is kind of weird. So that might explain why they actually removed the riser from the website. I guess to add these bundles. I'll try and make a video tomorrow kind of talking about it more, because I'm sure not everyone's going to watch this live stream, and people are probably going to miss it if they catch up on the live stream. So let's get back to the chat here. It works for you. Okay, I don't know. For some reason, maybe it has something to do with the firewall. I don't know. It's giving me some details here from Chrome. Let's see. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll try it later. Does Walmart have the risers yet? No, Walmart does not have the risers on their website yet. I'm not sure why. I think with the risers, the whole thing was they weren't meant to be pre-ordered for some reason. I think the risers are just going to show up and be available day one on the website and in store, which is a little weird. Don't really know why. And there's really not a lot of information out there. You know, I've realized, and that's why I continue to make these videos, that for some reason with this company you really have to search. You have to go out there, you have to do some detective work to find any information really. And you know, that's why I've been making these videos. I enjoy it. You know, when I have time, I'll search the internet and see what I can find. And like I said, what was the name of his channel? I think it was Cool Toy or whatever I mentioned earlier. He's done some very great investigative work as well. So you know, he's got a lot of stuff I haven't even been able to find, as far as like cabinets from that are exclusive from other regions that are not available in the U.S., like the Mortal Kombat cabinet. And he's the one who actually found out about the bar top cabinets, which is pretty cool. So go over and subscribe to him. Check him out if you haven't, because he's putting out some great content as well. So back over here to the chat. Wonder when we can pre-order the Fry's Deluxe model. So yeah, with that, I don't know when the pre-order went live, or you know, they put it on their website, but now it says sold out. So I don't know if you were able to pre-order it and then it just completely sold out, or they just put it up and they weren't supposed to put it up, so they just put sold out so that nobody can do anything with it. But apparently the release date for that is supposed to be the 25th as well, which is a little strange, since Arcade1Up hasn't mentioned it. So it might just be an error on their website as far as the release date. So that might be a 2019 release, or at least maybe that'll be part of the stuff that they're going to announce in October. Not entirely sure with that. Arcade1Up says the risers can't be pre-ordered. Okay, so yeah, that's what I figured, which is strange, because you figure a lot of people are going to want the risers, so why would they make the cabinets available for pre-order, not the risers, which leads me to believe that possibly the risers may be they may be hard to find, because with the pre-orders, at least they know how many cabinets they need to make, how many they need to ship out, and everything like that. With the risers, if you're not letting people pre-order them and you're only shipping a certain amount to retailers, or you only have a certain amount online, the demand might be greater than the supply. So that could be a potential problem. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to buy a riser yet. $40 is still a hard sell for me. 20, okay, no problem. 40, I don't know about that. I want a 4-player Spider-Man cabinet beat 'em up with zoomed out at certain times to become a side scroller. What Spider-Man game are you referring to? Are you referring to like the Maximum Carnage games, or what exactly? Which Spider-Man games are you talking about? Or are you talking about like the PS1 style Nintendo 64 Spider-Man? I'm just gonna build a riser. I think it'll be easier and cheaper. Oh, for sure. I don't know if it'll be easier, but it'll definitely be cheaper. You can go to Home Depot. I mean, if you're handy, if you're crafty, definitely be easy for you. But yeah, you can go over to Home Depot, buy a couple pieces of wood and some nails or whatever, and put something together. I'm just gonna get like go to the thrift store and get a cheap like little coffee table and just place it on there, and I'll be set. You know, I want to see Golden Axe 2 arcade. The whole Golden Axe trilogy would actually be pretty cool. I wouldn't be upset with the Golden Axe trilogy cabinet. It was a 90s arcade game from Sega. The Sega Arcade. You might be talking about Maximum Carnage and Separation Anxiety. I'm not sure. There's a couple of Spider-Man games like that from back in the day. Oh, Cool Toy is here. This is the one I was telling you guys about, that he's putting out some great content. What I hear in the deluxe cabinets is they are for the October release for both Best Buy and Fry. Same cabinet for both retailers. Arcade1Up has yet to see a finished model from factory. Okay, so yeah, like I was thinking, it was going to be part of the October announcements or whatever. Okay, so because Fry's is only on the West Coast, so there's pretty much Best Buys everywhere, but Fry's is only on the West Coast, so it makes sense why Best Buy and Fry's have the same exact cabinets as far as the deluxe ones go. So that'll be interesting. Love the Power Ranger collection. Hey, thanks. I got it all here, and I got a whole other shelf over there that you guys can't even see. Love Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin all the way through. Basically, Wild Force is where I stopped, and then I watched Super Mega Force, and I really watched it for all the OG Rangers coming back, and haven't watched anything else since. And the new, whatever the new Power Rangers is going on now, I think Ninja Steel, they're bringing back some of the original Rangers in one of the episodes later this month, so I'm going to be checking that out. Yeah, I'm actually running out of space in this room. I don't know where I'm gonna put the cabinet once I get it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move some stuff. I have a chair right here. I'll probably have to get rid of, and put the cabinet here or something. What cab do you think is the most popular pre-order? Um, I mean, in my personal opinion, I thought hands down it would have been Street Fighter, just because that's one of the most popular, um, arcade titles and probably one of the most important arcade titles as far as fighting games go. And it could also be because I'm a 90s baby, so like I grew up on Street Fighter, but a lot of people are excited about the Rampage and the Centipede cabinets. So according to Walmart's website, the Rampage and Street Fighter cabinets are the best sellers. I don't know how accurate that is because Walmart's been all over the place with their website, but I would definitely, and at least in my opinion, I would say Street Fighter, but I've been seeing a lot of hype over the Rampage cabinet. I would say a toss up between Rampage and Street Fighter. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I was saying. A lot of the older people are very excited for Centipede and Asteroids as well. I like those games. I play them. I actually have a little Atari plug and play right here that I play from time to time. So I like those games. I appreciate those games, but as far as for me, if I'm gonna spend that kind of money, I'm gonna go with Street Fighter. Just that's what I grew up on. I love Street Fighter. I have so many versions of Street Fighter behind me. I have Super Street Fighter 2 from the Genesis. I have Street Fighter on Super Nintendo. I have both the Street Fighter Remaster and the 30th Anniversary Collection on the Switch. Any chance to get Street Fighter 2, I definitely go and take it. If they put out a Pac-Man cabinet that includes Miss Pac-Man and Super Pac-Man, I will have a heart attack from the excitement. Yeah, the cocktail Pac-Man cabinet, and I think just a regular standard Pac-Man cabinet are coming. Nothing I don't think has been like officially confirmed, but there are leaks everywhere. There's so many leaks coming out, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, Cool Toy actually talked a little bit earlier about the Pac-Man bar top arcade, so that was pretty cool to see. Pac-Man's another classic game. I mean, you talk about iconic arcade games. I mean, Pac-Man is definitely up there. It's probably like top 3. So I mean that's pretty cool. I'm glad that I was able to leave this fan on because, man, this room gets really hot. And I was considering bringing in my studio lights to get a little bit better lighting in here, but couldn't do it. No way. Too much heat in the room. Oh, man. I'm actually going to go grab a drink real quick. It's on the other side of the room, so I'll be right back in like 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. That's funny. There's a there's a lag between what's happening live and what's happening on YouTube here. So I already made it back before. It's funny. I'm watching myself run away on the screen while I already took the drink and made it back. The lighting is great. Thanks. You know, it's okay. At least in my opinion. It definitely gets better once I bring the studio lights in here or whatever. It's just the color of this room, I think. It being this beige color makes the videos very dull. If I were to paint this room white, probably it would help pop. The light would bounce off better, but I'm renting this apartment, so they said I could paint the room if I wanted to, but then I would have to paint it back whenever I moved out, which I might be moving out soon. So I didn't want to go through the hassle, so I just left it, like this. Hello, chat. Welcome, Mr. Bungle1990. How's it going? You have any Arcade1Up questions or just statements or anything you want to talk about? Yeah, there's a super lag. I've been sitting here paused for about 30 seconds, and I can see myself still talking on the screen. That's funny. It's like I'm time traveling right now. Let's see if I can find any info for Arcade1Up here while I have everyone live, other than what I mentioned already. I don't know why I can't get to their website. That's very weird. It says it's something with the DNS and the server IP, but the way my laptop was acting earlier with the Wi-Fi when I tried that initial stream. I don't know. How many cabinets did I pre-order? I only pre-ordered the Street Fighter cabinet, and I pre-ordered that not day one, because day one that the pre-orders went live, I believe, was June 25th. I accidentally found out about the cabinets June 27th while I was on GameStop's app looking, going to check my pre-orders. That was actually on the home screen, and then once I found out about it, I was blown away. I saw Street Fighter, saw Arcade Cabinet. I went, researched, and I said, I'm not going to get it. It's a lot of money to spend. But then I caved, and I went ahead and pre-ordered the Street Fighter cabinet. So that is a cabinet that I had pre-ordered. I would like to get more in the future. But out of the ones that were initially announced, Street Fighter is the only one I want to get. But if they release maybe like an NBA Jam, NFL Blitz cabinet, or Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet, I might have to pick those up. Okay, back here. Do you think Fry Electronics Deluxe Cab will come back in stock for pre-orders? I would imagine so. And like Cool Toy said earlier, that's supposed to be a Best Buy and Fry's exclusive. Released or at least announced in October. So I believe once it officially becomes like announced by Arcade1Up, then there'll be more pre-orders and stuff. Because none of the other cabinets have really sold out. Walmart keeps saying like once a week that they're sold out, and then I make a video on it, and then the next day they're not sold out anymore, and then everyone comes at me. But none of the other cabinets have sold out, so I think you'll be good on that. When is TMNT coming? Nothing officially announced. Everything really is just rumors and speculations right now as to whether even is a TMNT cabinet, which I'm sure there is if they were able to get the license from Konami to do that, but there's nothing officially announced yet. Anyone able to pre-order the Fry's 12-in-1 arcade? I'm not sure if anyone was actually able to do that, but if you were able to, let me know. I would like to know. I have the same case when it comes to space. All my plans for my game room all adjusted due to arcade cabinets. I want a dedicated arcade game room without getting a real arcade. Yeah, I feel you. With me right now, what really restricts my space is this is my toy room, my game room, but it's also my bedroom right now. So having this big queen-size bed in the middle just takes up a lot of space. Once I go move into a newer apartment, when I can actually get a two-bedroom apartment, dedicated game room for sure. So that's happening somewhere down the line. Is the supposed Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet confirmed? I saw a leak pic that showed the cover cabinet. It's not confirmed. All there are those rumors that you saw of the image in the background, but nothing has been officially confirmed. They had a bunch of Street Fighter machines at EVO. Anyone see people's opinion of playing them? Yes and no. Nobody did like an in-depth video at EVO. You see people playing in the background. Everyone looked like they enjoyed it. The only person I've seen playing it, and Justin Wong, that sounds about right. He's a Street Fighter champion. He's won a bunch of tournaments. I'm pretty sure that's his name. He's done videos on the cabinets, or kind of. He's done little clips here and there, but honestly, it feels forced. Not to say that the cabinets are bad, but it just seems like he's being paid to say that they are. It's just his reaction doesn't seem genuine, but I do believe that the cabinets are great and legit, and his reaction seemed a little fake and a little off to me, but it is what it is. They need to do a gun game cabinet, House of Dead, Area 51. Yeah, if they could get that light gun technology down and shrink it down and still make it affordable. I don't know how expensive it would be to reproduce all of that, for sure. If they do a Mortal Kombat 3 arcade cabinet, I'd be in. The rumor is they are doing a Mortal Kombat cabinet with, I believe it's Mortal Kombat 2 and then Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 and 4, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. If they make a TMNT cabinet, what are the chances that it has both the original and Turtles in Time? Unlikely, I think, just because the rumor is that the cabinet that has Turtles also has Simpsons and X-Men. And I believe the Turtles game that they're gonna have is going to be Turtles in Time, which is one of my personal like top 10 games of all time. So I love Turtles in Time. Grew up. I never played the arcade version. I played the Super Nintendo version, and then also the Hyperstone Heist version on the Genesis. Message retracted. Not sure what that means from Barron's. Message retracted, but okay. Let's see. I saw Arcade1Up where you could vote it, and they had Buck Hunters, so they must have something maybe up their sleeve with the gun game. Yeah. They. I don't know if they still do have the poll where you can vote. Because I still can't get to their website for some reason. But yeah, I mean, I would think all the games that they had there, they either are working towards getting or have already. So, you know, it may be possible. You may see a gun cabinet, but I believe all the future cabinets depend on the success of the initial release cabinets. So, the Street Fighter, Rampage, Centipede, Asteroids, and the Galaga cabinet, if all of those sell well, I believe they'll continue pushing out cabinets and making more. If they don't sell well, you never know what could happen. Since they are a new company, really, you never know. You never know what could happen nowadays. How long until these things are hacked and we can put ROMs on them? Honestly, I'd say give it like 2 weeks, maybe 3 to 4, because people have to learn the operating system. But somebody will figure it out. If somebody was able to figure it out with the, and I'm pointing over here, but you guys can't see, the NES Classic and the Super Nintendo Classic, and that's Nintendo, you know, and you know how strict Nintendo is as far as you taking their ROMs and stuff. If someone was able to figure that out, someone will figure this out, no doubt. I had a Genesis instead of Super Nintendo as a kid, so I played Hyperstone Heist instead of Turtles in Time. I had both. I had the Super Nintendo and the Genesis, but I had more games on the Super Nintendo than I did the Genesis. So I always played Turtles in Time. It wasn't until I got I don't feel like. Yeah, I'm not gonna grab it. It's sitting over there in my display. I didn't want to grab it, but I have a portable Sega Genesis, from AT Games, and I put Hyperstone Heist on there. So when did that come out? Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe not that long. Maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. That was the actual first time I actually played Hyperstone Heist. Poll still up last I checked. Okay, that's good. TMNT Simpsons and X-Men 4-player for 500 would be sick. It would. I don't know if it would have to be $500 because the Rampage cabinet is a 3-player cabinet and it's still the regular $300. And does that cabinet have 3 or 4 games? I don't remember, but I don't think they would need to set the price point at $500 for that. I want NFL Blitz and NBA Jam. I am with you on that. But me personally, actually, you know, I love NFL Blitz. I love basketball. Basketball is my favorite sport of all time. I actually don't really like watching football like that. But for some reason, I like NFL Blitz more than NBA Jam. And I like NBA Hang Time more than NBA Jam. If you guys know about NBA Hang Time, it's basically like the same thing as NBA Jam, but I always felt like it was better. I felt like the graphics were better. I would like to see both, but I don't know who made NBA Hang Time. I'm not sure on that. I think they will do well. How is the sound on these? Have you heard any good feedback? I like that you can increase the volume, which is a plus. So the sound, I haven't personally heard anything in person, and until I hear anything in person, I can't make any judgments on that. I've seen videos, and it's still hard to tell from the videos, but they seem like they're loud. Now, just because they're loud doesn't necessarily mean that they're good. It could be loud and the audio couldn't be clear. It does only have one speaker, so having one speaker is turning a lot of people off. It doesn't have a dual speaker setup. The speaker is on the control deck in the top right corner, so the sound is firing up at you, but it's going to be firing more towards your right ear. Again, if it's loud, that won't make a difference. I don't really know. It's hard to say without having one in hand. Midway made Hang Time. Okay. And then Midway made NBA Jam and NFL Blitz as well, right? Because if so, then they, not that they would, because hang time isn't really popular like that. It's all about the joysticks and buttons with these games. Yeah, that's true. And from what I saw in interviews, they're claiming that they they got with the original developers and makers of the cabinets, and they're putting whatever original buttons were on those original machines. They're putting on these cabinets now. I know there's some issues with the Street Fighter joystick on the cabinets. To me, it doesn't matter, but I know for the purists out there it does. But other than that, they're claiming that all the buttons are the original buttons. So I don't know if they got the blueprints or the molds or whatever, but that is the claim that they're making. Yep, the cocktail cabinets are confirmed. Cool Toy revealed that earlier. He was in the chat before. I don't know if he's still here now, but yeah, they are confirmed. They look cool. Me personally, I'm not a fan of the bar top arcades, but they do look cool, and it's great to see a Street Fighter one. Gotta love that. Any information if these will be able to be modded in the future? No official information. The company's not going to come out and say that because, you know, that would really make them lose money, if anything. But in the world we live in with technology, anything is hackable, so it's only a matter of time. Double Dragon seems like it would be a solid choice. Not sure what other games they would pair with that one. Oh yeah, I was actually, as I was reading that, that's exactly what I was thinking. I don't know what they would pair with Double Dragon. Let's see. Let's see who made Double Dragon. You could put Battletoads with that. I don't know if they're made by the same people, but they did have a crossover. I believe it. Yeah, Battletoads had the crossover of Double Dragon, right? Or am I going crazy? It's late at night. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had the crossover. So maybe you could do that. A Battletoads and Double Dragon arcade cabinet. This arcade combo would be nice with Total Carnage and Smash TV. Though, that's a diverse lineup of games right there. Total Carnage and Smash TV. A Total Carnage and Separation Anxiety would be cool. Having a red arcade cabinet. Carnage design, that would be sick. Let's see here. How long has this stream been going? I have no idea. But, let's see. I'll probably run this stream for about maybe another 15 minutes. I gotta wake up early. Take my brother to the airport tomorrow. Wake up at like 3:45 in the morning. So, let's see. What was I looking up? I was about to look something up. It would be nice to see another Street Fighter cabinet, maybe with the Alpha series of games, or even a not necessarily Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet, but you had those other games like Street Fighter versus X-Men, and all those crossover games. That would be pretty cool. Taito made Operation Wolf 2. Okay, so that's something that you can bundle in with Double Dragon. I want to see a Tekken cabinet. Tekken 3, maybe Tekken Tag, but definitely Tekken 3 is my favorite Tekken game out of the series. I would love to see a Tekken cabinet, and I really hope that happens, because Street Fighter 2, Tekken 3, two of my favorite fighting games of all time. The statement about original joysticks and button kind of made me question their honesty. Arcade games up until the late 80s used leaf switches. Micro switches came in the early 90s. I mean, that's what they're claiming. We're not going to know, unfortunately, until we get the product and dissect it ourselves. But that's the claim that they're making, so we'll have to see. They did use a lot of Street Fighter Third Strike artwork at their Evo booth this year. Hey, you never know. I would love to see more Street Fighter, and I'll probably buy all of them, to be honest with you. Thank you for this dream. Have a good night. Hey, Anthony. Have a great night, man. I'd like to see a driving game, steering wheel. Daytona USA. I would love to see a Daytona USA cabinet. It's tough with Nintendo. Nintendo's very stingy about who they give their properties to. It's tough. I don't know if they'll be able to pull off a Nintendo cabinet. If they could, that would be awesome. But I don't know if they'll be able to do it. Stream. Okay, you said stream, not dream. All right. Well, have a good night, regardless, Anthony. They said this a few hours ago. We have released as many details about our hardware as we can. It's proprietary technology developed in-house for competitive reasons. We don't share the details. We built it to run the original arcade ROMs. This is not emulation. We use authentic sound chips, graphics, etc. It is 100% arcade perfect gameplay. Yeah, that's what they're claiming. You know, I have no reason to think otherwise until if we get the cabinets and it's another story. You know. And I don't know if they would really lie like that, because at the end of the day, we can buy the product, and if it's not exactly what they told us and not what they're selling us, we can pretty much run them out of business. Just as a people, we can demand refunds or whatever. So I don't feel like they would completely lie to us about that. And that's just my opinion on that. Hey, what's going on, Solo? Welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you haven't. I've been doing Arcade1Up videos pretty much all week. It's pretty much taken over my channel. You guys seem to love it. I've got tons of new subscribers off of it, a bunch of new viewers. So as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making them. So that's how that's going to go. Maybe someone will make an adapter for Raspberry Pi. It's possible. They keep, people are speculating that maybe the program they're using to run these ROMs are a Raspberry Pi. So who knows? We'll have to wait and see. An OG Mario Bros. 35th anniversary would be cool. Yeah, that would be pretty sick. I pre-ordered the Street Fighter cabinet. Looking forward to Final Fight and future cabinets. I'll buy all those classics and have a mini arcade game room. I would too if I had the funds and the space to do so. I'd be right there with you. I'd be buying all of them. Neo Geo games, for sure. Tons of great Neo Geo games that you can make cabinets for. Nintendo needs to license Donkey Kong. Yeah, like I said, it's tough with Nintendo, man. Very tough with Nintendo. Will they offer a lighted marquee as a future accessory? I don't believe so. I feel like if they were going to include that, they would include that from the jump. But like I said, you could, if you want something lit up, you can put LED strips on it if you wanted to. Or you can probably customize it by, you'd have to do some work, but you can take the marquee section. You'd probably have to get a whole new graphic or whatever, but you'd have, that's tough. There would be a way to customize it. You would need like a clear plexiglass over the marquee section, and you'd have to probably get custom-made artwork of the marquee, put it in there. To me, it's not that big of a deal. I might throw some LED strips on there and be set. So, if that statement is true, then we won't be adding our own games. Arcade ROMs are burnt onto several ROM chips per game. So maybe that's how they're finding their way around, and adding games and stuff like that, having the actual arcade ROMs. But can't you get actual arcade ROMs and still play them like on your phone and stuff, like the actual arcade versions? I think that's possible. I'm not 100% sure, but subscribe, like these Arcade1 vids, keep it up. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Like I said, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making them. They are planning to sell lighted marquees as a separate accessory, as something to hang on the wall. So it'll just be a display piece, not something that you can add to the cabinet? That's I don't know. That's a little weird. That might upset a lot of people. Hope they will allow us to buy and add games, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, like I said, they're gonna go out. They would go out of business if that was the case, because then they would only essentially sell one cabinet, and then you can add whatever you want to it, and then they won't make any money. Did this thing fall asleep? Oh no, it's still going. Contra and Super Contra would be sick. It would. But I'd get so frustrated dying so many times, I'd probably break the cabinet, so it's better that I don't have it. They have the Midway license. Let's see, Gauntlet Legends. I love Gauntlet Legends. That is a great game. I would not mind seeing... Was there a 4K cabinet with that? I'm pretty sure there was. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Yeah, a whole Castlevania collection would be nice. You can play arcade ROMs on your phone, but that is ran by emulate. Okay, I see what you're saying. So yeah, that might be their way around the whole hacking it situation. So I see what you're saying with that. Yeah, just a display piece. I don't like the idea. Yeah, I can see that getting a lot of people upset. I mean, it would be cool to have to put on display, but people are just going to complain that they want it built into the cabinets themselves. Now, if you were able to just put it on the cabinets, that'd be cool. I'm sure someone could find a way to do that. But you're still going to have those people that are just going to be like, just put it on the cabinet. So, I don't know. I mean, to me, it doesn't make a big difference. Obviously, it's cooler to have it than to not have it, but I'm not going to pay extra for a separate piece. I don't know. Do many options for these Arcade1Up cabinets. These are going to take off and be huge. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that they haven't even came out yet, and there's just so much buzz around them, and no one's even really played one, really. Unless you went to EVO or E3 or whatever. You haven't really, no one has any idea what these are going to be like, but they seem like they're going to be awesome. I'm fully behind it, and I can't wait. Yeah, I would definitely be down for the Golden Axe cabinet. The Golden Axe is a classic side-scrolling beat-em-up. Cannot go wrong with Golden Axe. A Kid Chameleon cabinet would be pretty cool. Just thinking of Sega games right here. Altered Beast, which there's a rumored cabinet with that and two other games that I can't remember. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. Hope they come out with more 12-in-1 cabinets. They're going to be eventually. Shinobi and Streets of Rage. Yes, those are the ones. And you could really put a whole Shinobi trilogy on there, like as a standalone cabinet. Virtua Fighter 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I've never been the biggest Virtua Fighter fan, but I've always appreciated how they kind of like revolutionized and introduced the 3D fighting genre. So, but just, I don't know, I've never been the biggest fan. As far as 3D fighters, Tekken all day for me, personally. So, all right, it is 11. Yes, Tekken for sure. It is 11:29. How much battery do I even have left on my phone? Hold on 1 second. I'm good. I have 40%. Do you guys want me to keep going, or do you want me to end it here? I'm enjoying this. Whatever you guys want to do, I'm with it. I can go for another 15 minutes or so. Arcade1Up, Risk have big future, may have surprise titles. Not many popular remember it, but I love the game Rolling Thunder. That is on one of the cabinets, I think, or it was rumored Rolling Thunder was. Okay, Tekken 1, 2, and 3, I'll take it. Yes, Tekken 3 is my favorite Tekken game. Tekken Tag was cool. Will they offer consumers a chance to pick our group together as a package? Is there a typo there? Will they offer consumers a chance to pick our groups together? You might have a typo. I don't understand the question. I'm hoping when we in the US we get Mortal Kombat. Yeah, more than likely we're gonna get Mortal Kombat. I had a full-size Tekken 2 cabinet. It wasn't dedicated. It was an NBA Jam cabinet. Hey, but that's still pretty cool, man. Keep going. All right, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna get a drink real quick. I'm gonna bring my drink over here so I don't have to keep walking. But my voice is starting to go. Got some lemonade. Ugh. Put it right here. Lemonade next to the Yellow Ranger. It only makes sense. Hopefully that doesn't knock anybody over. This shelf, figures are always falling over, and it's the most annoying thing in the world. I actually just picked up some figures right before I started this stream. I really wish the bezel was glass and not plexi. On the assembly video, they said to peel back the plastic cover off the bezel. That means it's plexi, I believe. Plexi scratches too easily. I guess for costs and to save weight, they went with that option. But how often, since this isn't going to be like in an actual arcade setup, it's meant for a home setup. You know, how often are you actually going to be touching the screen? Unless you got kids that might be playing it or whatever, I can see that concern. But other than that, I mean, I don't see an issue myself with scratching, getting the screen scratched. So we know anything more about the future cocktail cabinets besides the 2 league picks? These cabinets need a lighted marquee. A coin op would be cool as well. With the coin option, I was looking on eBay. I might just buy like a piece for an actual arcade, or even just like a replica or something. Excuse me. Whew, for the coin slot, and maybe drill a hole for it. Oh man, drill a hole for it in the cabinet or whatever, and kind of fit it in there. I think that would be pretty cool. To have NBA Jam and WWE games, will you agree them before that makes the machine? Don't know what the question was, but I'm always down for some WWE games, man. The WWE games of the 90s, some of the best games of all time. Yeah, cool toys out there. He's doing his thing. He's making some great content. I subscribe to him. I enjoy his videos as well. He's done very great detective work, finding stuff I can't even find. So he's really going out there. I mean, you can probably, if you wanted to, swap the plexi for actual glass once you get it, if it bothers you that much. I mean, personally, I don't care, but yeah, you could definitely probably modify it and swap it if you wanted to. Yeah, that's true with the WWE games. Cool Toy also looks like Captain America, so he's fighting Hydra to get us more leaks. That is awesome. Oh man, that just made my night. I don't know. I don't know with I don't know if you'll be able to use that 20% coupon. Feeling just because I work in retail, I have a feeling that might get excluded from being able to be used I don't know how Bed Bath & Beyond works as far as their coupons and stuff go, the exclusion, but I think you won't be able to use that coupon on it. Yeah, hopefully they are tall enough with the risers. If they're not, you're gonna have to get a table or something a little bit taller, and just there's ways around it. You can definitely prop it up on something to make it work. What machine you think are going to have for 2019? Well, what's been rumored? The Marvel vs. Capcom, the Sega cabinet, the Pac-Man cabinet. What else has been rumored? Yes, Ninja Turtles, the Konami cabinet. Yeah, I mean with the riser, they're claiming that the buttons are going to be exactly where they were on the original arcades. So if that's the case, then yeah, it's gonna make it as tall as it should be, which I'm definitely down for. Yeah, I'm on the fence about the riser as well. Simpsons. I don't know. The rumor is that it's gonna be Simpsons, TMNT, and X-Men in the same cabinet. So that's that. If you have a friend who works for Best Buy, they can use their employees' discount on the cabinets for you. Yeah. When these release, they're going to be at all major retailers. So if you have a friend that works at Target, or even if you have a Target red card, the credit card, you can save 5%, which basically saves you tax. At least for me in Florida, tax is 6%. So that 5% pretty much knocks off the tax, which on a product this expensive is good. But yeah, all major retailers, Target, Best Buy, Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond. Unfortunately, there's no Toys R Us anymore. Moment of silence for Toys R Us. But if Toys R Us was still around, I'm sure it'd be there as well. Whew, my voice is going. Maybe down the road they can make a deluxe cabinet with a larger screen. Maybe. Hey, everybody, RIP Toys R Us in the chat. Oh man, sad day. Toys R Us was my first job. Actually, check this out. Hold on. Alright, here we go, right here. This is my old name tag. It's super dirty. This is my old name tag from Toys R Us. So, that's that right there. And like my old punch-in card to clock in and out. So Toys R Us was my first job. You know what? I'm wearing this the rest of the video, man. Nostalgia. Yeah, so Toys R Us was my first job. I worked there for 4 years, and that's actually how I got started collecting, really. I wasn't into toys like that, or games. I mean, I've always been into video games, but I was never into the collecting aspect until I started working Toys R Us. They brought the Legacy Power Rangers Megazord. I bought that, and that turned into all of this, and you can't even see all of it. This is just a portion. I don't think, if they do make that TMNT, X-Men, and Simpsons cabinet, I don't think they would go the 3-player route. I think they would go 4-player route. And they would obviously have to make it a little larger, which probably will bump up the cost like $100 or so. I'm just assuming, I don't know. GameStop killed Toys R Us. No, not necessarily, because GameStop's struggling now as well. a lot of things killed Toys R Us. Toys R Us never caught up with the times, really, from a business standpoint. Their methods and techniques were very far behind. And it was just a whole bunch of financial stuff from like back in the 2000s that came to bite them now. And GameStop's dying too. I think online shopping had a little bit to do with it. What cabs do I plan to get? Right now, the only thing on my list is the Street Fighter cabinet. And then I'll have to wait in the future. Might get Marvel vs. Capcom. Might get NBA Jam, NFL Blitz. Have to see what cabinets they're coming out with and when exactly each cabinet releases, because that'll determine, you know, how much money I have to spend and what I'll prioritize over the other. My opinion, which company is the best in arcade games? I might have to say Capcom. Might have to go with Capcom, man. They got, other than Street Fighter, they got all those crossover games, Street Fighter vs. X-Men, Marvel vs. Capcom. Then you have their side-scrolling games. They just, woo, Capcom, man. Go look up Capcom's resume. They got a ton of heavy hitters under their belt. Yeah, Amazon partly what killed Toys R Us for sure. Yeah, I don't know how sturdy these will be, but my whole room is IKEA, man. All these stands are IKEA, and if their quality of wood is anything like IKEA, man, I mean, these things are all solid. They don't have any issues, so I'm not too worried about that. Kids today are more into video games than toys. Yeah, for sure. I hate seeing these kids, oh my god, in public, walking around with their tablets and stuff. And kids, they don't go outside anymore. They don't play video games. I mean, they don't go outside anymore. They stay inside playing video games and all that, so. Killer Instinct cabinet, that would be pretty sick. Yeah, shout out to Cool Toy. Yo, Blockbuster, man. I miss Blockbuster. And actually, hold on, speaking of Blockbuster, I got things all over ready to pull out. There we go, Blockbuster, man. I got a couple of these that I find at the thrift stores. What game is this? This is a Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge. Anytime I can find one of these Blockbuster things at the thrift stores, I definitely go for it. Yeah, I got a couple of them scattered throughout here. No word on the Pac-Man cabinet yet. Yo, Power Stone. Yes, Power Stone. Oh, man. Love Power Stone. I don't think we're getting a Japanese edition 1-Up cabinet. Hey, yeah, Nintendo will do that to you, man. Look behind me right here. I got a whole Nintendo section there. These are my GameCube games, man. And Nintendo's a force. Yeah, that's the rumor that they have more to announce in October. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, man. Even me growing up, all I ever did was go out, go to school, come home from school, and play outside, play basketball, run around the neighborhood, you know, until it got dark outside, and then do the next thing. And then on the weekends, I sun up to sundown, I'm right there with you. And I really wish I could do that now, but unfortunately, being an adult, having to work, I don't have time to do that. But if I could just go to the park and play basketball every day, man, I'd be set for life. I didn't have any woods around me to play, but you know, we used to do some crazy things, running through people's backyards and stuff. Man, we were crazy as kids. Breaking into abandoned houses and stuff. Yeah, don't do that. Don't recommend doing any of that. Oh man, I am going 15 more minutes. This stream's gonna end at midnight, so I'm gonna cut it off there. Cause I gotta take my brother to the airport at 3:45 in the morning. Am I gonna sit and play? Do you mean the cabinets? I don't plan to. Might test it out when I get it to see if it's comfortable or not. But I don't think it'll be comfortable sitting to play. I think my back would start to hurt after a while. So I'm definitely going to not necessarily get the riser, but I'm gonna lift it up some way. You know, make my own homemade riser. Oh man, your kids don't like to play outside. That sucks, man. Yeah, definitely my kids. Whenever I have kids, they're gonna learn to play outside and enjoy that. Yeah, I don't plan to beat Rampage, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm not getting the Rampage cabinet, but I don't know how many levels there are in Rampage. Dungeons and Dragons, Shadow over Mysteria, and Town of Doom and Magic Sword could be the third game. Yeah, I think Cool Toy mentioned something about a Dungeons and Dragons, or it might have been on a game that, or a cabinet he wanted to see in his video. I don't remember. Can you save with these? I don't believe you can, being that they are arcade versions. I don't think you can save. There's no save states. Woo. Genesis Classics Arcade Cabinet, Castles of Illusions, and Sonic. Oh yes, high scores. Yes, you can save high scores and initials, but as far as save states, I thought that's what you were talking about. But yeah, you can save high score and initials, just not, you can't have like save states in the game. Oh man, 22 of you are still in here. You guys don't go to sleep? What's going on? Oh, it's the weekend, so you guys, nobody, who's working tomorrow? Anybody working tomorrow? I'm working 1 p.m. I will be at work. Let's see if I can, mini arcades from Arcade Gum. I have to look it up because off my top of my head, I'm not sure just by the name, but if I see them, I will know. Is it this one that you're referring to? If you can even see that, I have no idea, but... Hey, shout out to Hawaii. All right, I didn't know I have anyone living in Hawaii. I'm in South Florida, so right now it's 11:50 p.m. I normally go to bed late anyway, so I don't normally go to sleep until like 2 a.m. here. I would like a Dragon's Lair cabinet. Type in arcade gum. All right. Oh. Okay, so it's like legit bubblegum? Is that what it is? New York! What is up? I am actually from New York. I was born in Brooklyn. I lived there till I was about 7 or 8. And then I moved here to Florida. I've been here since, but I go back to New York at least 2 to 3 times a year. I was actually there just a couple weeks ago. No, okay. I don't know. That's what's coming up when I type in arcade gum on Google. I don't know. It's weird. It's like legit gum. I don't know. If you can find a picture, send it to me on Instagram. Link should be in the description of this video. Send it to me. All right, I'll check it out after the stream here. Really? I didn't think I had the New York still in my voice, but hey, I'll take it. I mean, I know the whole New York culture, and as far as New York music is all I listen to, so I can, if I needed to, I can, yeah. Yeah, man, I'll look it up after this video for sure. Oh. So we got 7 minutes left. 7 minutes. And I think my laptop's dying too. At 23%. Let me turn the brightness down, save some battery. Let's see how much battery I got left on my phone. I should be good. Yeah, 25%. We're fine. What title don't I think Arcade1Up would be able to do? Ooh, anything Nintendo licensed, really. I don't think they'll be able to get the Nintendo title. What New York music do I listen to? I mean, Wu-Tang. I listen to all classic stuff. Wu-Tang, Jay-Z, Biggie, obviously, favorite rapper of all time. Ja Rule, 50 Cent. Just any classic hip-hop, Busta. But, you know, New York isn't the only thing I listen to, but it's definitely, East Coast is my favorite genre of music. But I just love hip hop in general, 90s hip hop. But I love R&B as well. I like some country songs. I like rock, but hip hop is definitely my number one go-to. R&B close second, but definitely that the classic hip hop. So Run DMC, Beastie Boys, anything Def Jam, then you, my good friend. If I can turn around here. I mean, this is more of my school of stuff, but Def Jam Vendetta. And then I got Fights for New York somewhere, and I have it for Xbox, so I have to turn this around. There we go. Fights for New York. And then turn this back. Def Jam icon. Here it is. And this game sucks, but I played through it. I picked it up a few months ago. I played through it. It sucks, but I played through it to play through it. And there's a rumor for a new one to be coming, so hopefully that comes. Yeah, it's a vulnerable option, so it could be possible, but at the same time, it could also be, they're just putting it there to put it there to see if people are interested in it. But, I mean, if they get it, great, but it's very hard with Nintendo, honestly. Alright, so 4 minutes left. Before I get out of here, I just want to thank all of you for coming into this live stream. I really appreciate it. This is my first time ever really live streaming. I've tried it a couple times before, but it never really turned into anything. I enjoyed this. I enjoy engaging with you guys. Maybe we can make this like a weekly thing. If that's something you want to see, definitely let me know. Make sure you click that like button if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. Go over and follow me on Instagram. The link is in my description. I can always use some more followers on there. And, you know, I'll be continuing these Arcade1Up videos. You know, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep putting them out. And, you know, stay tuned for all of that. Let's see. Hey, thanks. Appreciate it, guys. Hey, you too, Cool Toy. You know, I'm subscribed. I'm watching your videos. I might do a top 5, top 10 cabinet video. You inspired me on that, so I might do one of those. Arcade1Up related streams are awesome. Hey, I can do Arcade1Up related streams. I can just do a random stream where you guys want to talk about anything, whether it's toys, movies, video games, whatever. You know, I like talking, I like engaging with you guys, so we can make it happen once a week on the weekend or whatever. Let me know. Okay, so the little tiny arcades are $350 to $400. So like, how small are they? Are they like palm of your hand type arcades, or like, what's really the scale on those? Hey, that's not a bad idea. If we can make it happen, I'm down. What's that light? This right behind me? That is a Bluetooth speaker. And hold on. There we go. It's a Bluetooth speaker. It's the JBL Pulse 3. I love it as far as a display item, but it's a great speaker. It's an expensive speaker. I think it's $200 or $300. I actually won this in a contest. If you check to my videos maybe a month ago, I actually did a quick review on this, and you can see the contest that I won. I won a bunch of tech. I won $6,000 worth of tech, actually. But I really love it as a display piece. Let me just... This will make it a little easier for you guys to see. It's just really cool. It's got a bunch of different settings that you can put on it, different light patterns, different colors. It's really one of the coolest things in my collection. So this is pretty awesome. I love that. I'll turn the light back on. And yeah, this stream doesn't do it justice. Check out my review for a better close-up of that. Alright, you guys, I am ending the stream. It is midnight. I gotta get to sleep. Again, thank you for everybody who came by, who commented, who stayed through the whole thing. Cool Toy, I'll hit you up later this week. Maybe we can arrange that. And yeah, so stay tuned for more. I'm going to try and do this as a weekly thing. And, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching again. I appreciate it, everybody. Thanks, guys.